Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Naked Gaming edition of the Roulette of Sadness. For those who don't know, the Roulette of Sadness is probably my favorite current project that I'm been holding and doing on Chilean Ruto Gamer 4, my fourth main YouTube channel. By the way, there is supposed to be a black screen, so in case, I'm gonna be explaining in general terms what the Roulette of Sadness is, even though I I will assume you already know what the Roulette of Sadness is because you have seen the videos of it. Or in case you have more doubts, you can also take a look at the link of the video I'm going to be putting on the description to this video so you can see more details on what the Roulette of Sadness is with a better explanation than probably the one I'm going to be giving right now. But basically, the Roulette of Sadness is a show in which I use a tool from a web page called wheeldecide.com, in which, of course, there is a wheel where you put items and you spin the wheel to select one of the items. Well, those items being games that I'm going to be playing through, or at least do short gameplays of. It doesn't matter. I don't necessarily have to do full playthroughs, but at least provide some gameplay out of the games that get selected from the wheel. So I use a tournament format. Each tournament consists of 4 regular rounds, and each round, basically, which is a separate wheel, will have 4 different games. So we spin the wheel on each round, and we select a game, and we play through it. After that, we move to round 2, we spin the wheel out of the 4 games, we select another one, and we go like that, so on and so forth, in rounds 3 and 4. So basically, 4 rounds, 4 games, 4 playthroughs. That's the idea. As I said before, each round has 4 games to pick from, and we end up choosing one. So there are 3 games that do not get selected on each round. So basically 12 games in total that do not make it, that do not get selected on each of the rounds. So after the 4 regular rounds, after the 4 playthroughs that I do out of the selected games, we choose, or we get, or we take rather, the 3 losers from each round, the 12 games, and we put it on another wheel, which is some sort of wild card wheel called Loser's Revenge. Out of those 12 games, we choose 2 more, and we do 2 extra playthroughs out of it. So basically, we do 4 regular rounds, 4 playthroughs, plus 2, making it 6 on each tournament. 4 from the regular rounds and 2 from the Loser's Revenge wheel. That wheel of the losers, of course, we started with 12, and then we do 2 playthroughs out of it, so we finish it with 10. So at the end of each tournament, I will be adding 10 new games to this Loser's Revenge wheel. Those will be cumulative over time. So at the end of each tournament, basically, I can choose 2 games out of this big amount of titles that get added every time on the Loser's Revenge, regardless of what tournament come from. Basically, I am started with 10, then at the end of the second tournament, there will be 20, at the end of the third one, there will be 30, so on and so forth. At some point, of course, I will stop adding more items non-stop and just focus entirely on the Loser's Revenge wheel before holding new tournaments. Again, this explanation is better, I believe, on the original video that I put on it when I explained the rules of the Roulette of Sadness on the original or the original channel where I aired this thing. But today, I want to introduce the Naked Gaming version of the Roulette of Sadness, which has some differences to the regular one. Because on each round, it's basically themed after types of games. One round is for classics mostly, another one for modern gaming. When I say modern, I'm talking about from the PlayStation 2 GameCube generation onwards, and Dreamcast also, so from 2001. Then we have a round for computer gaming, not necessarily PC, it could be Amiga, it could be MSX, etc. And a 4th round for ROM hacking and fun games. In here, I am going to be using this wheel as a sort of compiling all of the shows that I've done on my 10 years of YouTube career. So I'm going to hold a tournament out of my classic video shows and another tournament based on the currently aired shows. So today I am going to be spinning the wheel for the 4 rounds on this first tournament based off the classic shows that I've done over the years. So round number 1 is going to be, of course, Capcom versus Konami. So we have these 4 games, and we're going to be choosing we're going to be choosing the 4 of them out of these 4 rounds right now. So we have 1942 for NES, Circus Charlie for the arcade, Alien vs Predator for the arcade, and Gradius for NES. So 2 NES games and 2 arcade games. These are games that I've done actually in the past in the original Capcom vs Konami series. I don't necessarily have to do games that I've done in the past. I'm basically taking games that fit within the category of this show in question. But yeah, coincidentally, I have done the 4 of these games back in the day. So this will count as a replay of sorts. So round number 2 is going to be Capcom vs Konami. So basically this is the very first playthrough that you will see me do on this new Roulette of Sadness Naked Gaming Edition. Again, it might seem confusing at first, especially for those who do not watch the regular Roulette of Sadness. But by now, I know people understand it. Alright, I'm going to be doing 1942 for NES, probably not a full playthrough because it's kind of a repetitive, tedious game that goes for too long. So, yeah, we got 1942. So basically these 3 games that did not get selected, Gradius, Alien vs Predator, and Circus Charlie, are going to the loser's revenge. And the same will apply to the other 3 rounds. We are not going to be doing the loser's revenge wheel spin right now. We are just going to select the regular rounds, and of course in the middle of the tournament we are going to be selecting the 2 extra playthroughs for the loser's revenge. So let's see. Round number 2 is going to be Nintendo vs Sega, another classic show that I used to work with back in the day. So we have Super Mario Advance for Game Boy Advance, Alien Storm for the arcade, Alleyway for the Game Boy, that's a Nintendo game by the way, first party, and Alex Kidd in Miracle World for the Sega Master System. So let's get to it and find out the second game. We're gonna do these games in, of course, the corresponding order: round 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the 2 extra playthroughs out of the wildcard wheel. It is going to be Alex Kidd in Miracle World, short and sweet. That's what we're doing then. That's the second game we're doing. So round number 3 is going to be another classic show, World of the Humble Companies. A title that a lot of people complained about because they took it too literal. But when I mean World of Humble Companies, I was doing it parallelly to Capcom vs Konami and Nintendo vs Sega. So for me, a humble company, probably that's not the proper adjective again, so please do not question because I am aware of how little sense this could make to you. But basically for me, a humble company, a developer, a publisher, was basically anything that wasn't either Capcom, Konami, Nintendo, or Sega. So anything else in terms of classic gaming fit into this category. So we have 2 Data East games and 2 IREM games, which are, in my opinion, humble or less popular or less well-known companies compared to the other 4 that I mentioned. So we have Kung Fu Master on the arcade, R-Type for the Game Boy, Burger Time on the arcade, and Congo's Caper on the Super Nintendo. Again, 2 Data East games and 2 IREM games. So let's get to it. I am sorry again for the confusion that this might cause, and at the same time, you have to basically think that this is going to be like the one time I'm going to be taking this long to explain things. Alright, I am doing Kung Fu Master on the arcade. That's game number 3 out of this tournament. So, last round is going to be the retro replays, which is a classic show and a current show, because actually I've been doing replays since 2008 or 2009 until today. So during my these 10 years of career, I've been replays. So today we have Dance Adventure which is a Super Mario World hack, which I have done on this channel as a matter of fact, Joan Mac 2 for Super Nintendo, Adventure Island for the Game Boy, and Shatter on PC. These are games that I have done on, I mean, it doesn't matter what channel I put them on, but I know I've done it in the past, either as a YouTube recording or as a live stream. So these are games that I have done on camera before. There is no proper proof or way to prove that, except maybe the playlist, but some of these playthroughs are gone, are erased. Okay, I didn't put more seconds for the wheel spin, so I clicked more times. So this is the 4th game that we're getting. Looks like it's going to be Shatter. Or maybe not. Adventure Island on Game Boy. So we got the 4 games for this first tournament, of, well, actually at least the regular rounds of the first tournament on the Roulette of Sadness Naked Gaming Edition. So first we have 1942 for the NES. Then we have Alex Kidd in Miracle World for the Sega Master System. Round number 3 is going to be, shit, I forgot already. What is it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, World Home Companies. Shit, I don't have it. I didn't write it down, by the way, but you can see on the video what game I'm doing. And round number 4 is going to be Adventure Island on the Game Boy. Yeah, Kung Fu Master on the arcade. That's the one I forgot. So those are the 4 games that I'm going to be doing next here for you guys on Naked Gaming. And during the course of the tournament itself, I am going to be making another video like this with the losers revenge wheel, of course, with the 3 losers from round 1, the 3 losers from round 2, the 3 losers from round 3, and these 3 losers from round 4 that you can see there. I'm going to be spinning the wheel twice, and then we are choosing 2 games out of that in order to have the complete lineup out of the 6 games that are going to be featured on tournament number 1. Tournament number 2, basically even numbers. In this case, odd numbers probably will be classic shows. Even numbers for the tournaments themselves are going to be newer shows or current shows such as Non-Serious Gaming, All Laptop Chronicles, Retro Quest, or any other or non-Nintendo Allowed. All of these shows that I feature across on all of my YouTube channels. So stay tuned. I hope you are excited for this series as much as I am. I know the Roulette of Sadness, the original Roulette of Sadness, has been kind of successful. People actually liked it. So I hope you guys, especially for those who are not thoroughly familiar with my material and are here basically because you were following someone else in the past, I hope you stay tuned and you enjoy the series and the different playthroughs coming up. So thank you for watching.